Tell us a little about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Pauly. I'm a junior here at USC at the Leventhal School of Accounting. I transferred here from Orange Coast College, my first semester here actually. Born December 25th, 1979, in a refugee camp in Thailand.
Tell us about your family. How many brothers, sisters?
I have one brother. He's older. No sisters. It's just us two in the family. My father was killed. My aunt and my uncle. That's it.
So, when you got sponsored, it was just for you guys to be refugees here, and then do you know what was the setup? Like, how did you guys get established? How did you and your...
Oh, I don't know. When we first got, I remember each of my mom and my aunt had to work like 3 jobs to get by.
Just to get by, they had to work like a...
Yeah, because they had zero English, and
So,
they didn't know the American way of life, and they would.
Where did you grow up again?
Long Beach.
Long Beach.
and I mean, when we ask about your family's past, and then you say that you're not really sure, was it something that you weren't necessarily comfortable with talking to them about, or is it a sensitive topic, or?
I would never bring up the subject
Oh, yeah.
because it was brought up a few times before, and just don't like to see them cry. Well, I think a refugee, someone who was, I don't want to say saved because that's the wrong word. I wouldn't say it was a cry for attention because I got involved with gangs when I was in high school and junior high. My brother didn't. He was always the straight shooter, the good kid, the family, and I was always the, that guy, kind of. Yeah, I always embarrassed my family with the stuff that I've done.
Do you know why you got involved in a gang?
It was fun. I mean, the area where I lived was predominantly Mexican, and it still goes on today. Like, Asians and Mexicans don't get along in Long Beach. And, walking to school, because we didn't have a car, I would get harassed all the time. And so I needed people to walk with. And it's a trend with families, with kids that have families, parents going out to work and, very little supervision at home.
Yeah, especially if your mom's working 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've been here for how many years now?
Pretty close to 30.
So,
I'd say
was
28, 20.
assimilating into the U.S. culture easy or difficult? Are they still kind of disconnected, or what? I mean, if they don't understand the difference between USC and UCLA.
They're very disconnected. They have their own little community of people who has gone through the same stuff.
And then a lot of people don't have to necessarily speak English, because they could still get service
Yeah,
without
yeah,
having to speak.
yeah. And
Does your family speak English?
very broken. And I think they're losing their skill every day. Because they shut themselves out from, American culture. They absolutely hate American culture.
Why?
I guess it's children, or, they've never seen children talk back to their parents.
With the number of refugees that we have in different areas of the country, is assimilation important, or is it better for people to stay in their own little cultures and disconnect from the country that they're...
No, I value diversity. I value that. I think it's very important to, I don't know if assimilation is a good word for me to use, because that means, you kind of let go of who you are to fit in with everybody else. You know what I mean?
That's a good...
That's assimilating, and it's not,
Yeah.
it's not mixing your culture with someone else's, it's dropping yours to adopt theirs.
It seems like you feel that in order to be in America and be American, you don't have to drop your culture, right?
No, you don't have to. I mean, I think America is one of the most diverse nations in the world. You know, a lot of the genocide, they only killed the educated people. If you spoke French, you were dead. If you were a teacher, you were dead. If you knew anything about pharmacy, you were dead. You know, the people that they kept were, you know, the taxi drivers and people who couldn't have the knowledge to fight back. So a lot of people would disguise themselves as being dumb, you know, being illiterate, just to stay alive, I guess, right? You know about the World War II Holocaust because it's in our history books and we learn about it. You don't learn about the Armenian.
No.
You don't learn about Rwanda. You don't learn about Cambodia. They're out because I think it's because the U.S. really had no interest in intervening. We were heavily involved in World War II. That's why we know about it. Versus if, you know, we were in Eastern Europe learning about World War II, I'm pretty sure they're teaching, you know, history from their perspective. You know, the Jewish to them didn't suffer the most, it was the Polish who suffered the most.